Hi, fabulous friends. New York Times bestselling author Jamie Brumfield, and we are back with day 3 of our 5-day challenge. And today we're going to talk about motivation, self-discipline, and getting things done, making it happen, and how you can push through those times that you feel like you can't get this goal achieved. So basically setting you up for success by giving you tools that can help you push through the days that are, you're just not motivated. So let's get started. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the why, finding the why within your within why you're doing this. Why are you trying to make these changes in your life? Why are you focused on these changes in your life? And what's going to keep you motivated? You're looking for that why. That why is your motivation. Here's the deal. Self-discipline will get you so far, but motivation is going to push you that extra inch. So those two are two different words, and they're two very important words. One, when you make a commitment to follow through with the goals that you need to achieve to get to that end destination that you've established in day 1 and day 2, right? That you're working on getting those tiny milestones, those daily milestones, those weekly milestones, those monthly milestones. As you're working through the process, you're going to come upon days, we all do. You're going to come upon days where you'll be like, I just don't feel motivated to do this. The thing that makes the difference is you've got self-discipline. On those days, when you come upon those days where you don't feel energetic or you don't feel the desire to do what needs to be done for that day, the top 3 things that you chose to get done today, if you don't feel that motivation, then you rely upon your self-discipline and pull out your schedule and pull out your commitment and reinforce the reason why you're doing this. You pull out your vision board, you pull out your journey journal, you pull out everything that you need to help keep you motivated and to get to kick self-discipline into gear. There's going to be days when even doing that isn't going to be successful, and we've all had them. They happen. It is what it is. I mean, we have days where we just feel undermotivated. The key to that is having a good, strong why, understanding why you're doing this, reinforcing that why with daily activities like visualization, your vision boards, reinforcing your why with your goal and your daily goal planning and your daily check-ins and things like that. All of that goes into play. But your why, your motivation, why you're doing this, to get you over those humps that self-discipline is not helping, that's when you need a strong motivation. And a lot of times what we do is we set up a motivation. And we're going to talk about motivation when we actually create your first SMART plan. But to get that even further is to just kind of push the idea of motivation. You want it to be strong. You want that motivation to be more than just surface level. The thing I've seen as a coach over the years is that motivation is really easy to come up with. We can easily come up with a motivation, but 90% of the time, that motivation that we easily come up with, that is just a surface level motivation. It's not going to help us through the harder times when we need that extra get up and go, get that extra kick, right? So you need to push a little bit further. And that's when, as a coach, I work with clients and tell them, hey, let's dig deeper. Let's see if there's something even deeper that's motivating you. And there's 2 ways to do that. One is the 5 whys. And I'm going to go over the 5 whys with you and definitely make sure that we kind of get an idea of what that is. It's a root cause analysis tool. Most coaches use it. Not all, but most coaches use it. We're taught it in school. There's many books out there that teach it. In fact, I initially learned it in corporate America when I was working with leaders and helping to coach and develop leaders to coach and develop their own team. And so I learned the root cause analysis. And it wasn't, back then it was called root cause analysis. Now it's called 5 whys. And it just continues to be very, and this was over 10 years ago, I think. I mean, it was a long time ago, but it just continues to be very predominant in the coaching world, whether you're doing corporate America coaching or whether you're doing individual coaching with your business. It's just really predominant. And it really is, the reason why it's so predominant is it's a helpful tool. It works. It's just, sometimes it's an uncomfortable tool. The best process is to have somebody ask you those questions. But if you don't have somebody asking you those questions, if you're doing this on your own and you're working through it, the second best process, and like I always say, when I'm coaching somebody, I always want them to learn the tools so they can do it on their own. So what I used to tell my clients is, now you can do this on your own, but you need to be strong in the questions that you ask, and you need to record and be honest. And that's the hardest part, is sometimes being honest with ourselves. That's why coaching helps when you're working with a coach, because you have that other person who can see, who knows you, who's grown to know you, and can see and ask those tougher questions that we may not always want to ask ourselves. And it's just human nature to not want to ask those questions, not want to face that. So when you're doing root cause analysis, you've got that. You've got the 5 whys. You can do it with somebody, or you can do it on your own, and I'll talk to you about both of those ways. And then also, to reinforce the motivation, I usually have my clients do an anchoring technique where once they find their motivation, once they find what the reason why, they anchor that with a physical touch that has been anchored to emotional response. And so that's what an anchor is. If you'd like to know what anchoring is and how to do it, you can search it online. Let me know in the comment section below if you'd like me to show you an anchoring process, so that you can kind of get a good idea. It's just really about anchoring a physical touch with an emotional response. And it just reinforces that. So it's a very powerful tool. We're not going to do it on this video, but you can actually, there are tons of websites that actually have step-by-step processes on anchoring, and I'll link up a couple below. And if you'd like me to show you in a video, I'll be happy to do that. Just let me know in the comment section below. So anchoring helps to reinforce those whys, because when you're having those tough days and you've anchored the motivation and the why to a touch on your shoulder, now it'll instill a level of emotional response within your body. It'll instill an extra motivation to help move you. So that's just an anchor, right? I'm touching my shoulder, but I've anchored emotions. If I had done the process, I would have anchored emotions in that touch, so that I would be able to do that. You could do the anchor anywhere. It's usually good on your hands. Usually fingers that you don't normally bring together, like these two, or if you don't normally touch your shoulder, or any kind of anchor where you want to, like, see, I do this a lot. I've noticed that on my videos. So I wouldn't anchor here because I do this a lot. So you just want to find things that you don't do a lot, and then take those as your anchor points. Another good anchor point is right here. This is a really good anchor point. And you'll learn all of that if you want to dig deeper into NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. You'll learn it with me if you guys say that you want to see those kind of videos on this channel, or you can learn it online just doing a Google search. And there are tons of YouTube videos out there of people showing these as well. So it's not a trade secret where you can't know how to do it. It's just something that people don't think about, and I like to mention it when I'm doing these kind of videos, so that you can do your own research and your own learning to increase your personal development. So anchoring is really good. Once you know what the why is, once you know what that motivation is, anchoring is really good. So you've got, and then additional to that, as I like to, when I'm working with clients, again, this isn't a coach and client relationship. I'm just sharing with you processes, but these are also things that you can find online in research as well, if you want to dig in deeper. So when I'm working with clients, I usually tell them, let's do some visualization. Let's create some visualization activities, some guided visualization activities, which, by the way, I would love to teach on this channel. If you'd like to get like an idea on how to create your own visualization, your own guided visualization, let me know in the comment section below, and I would be more than happy to walk you through the steps on creating your own, which is a great tool that you can use all the time. But when I'm working with clients, I usually tell them, let me teach you this process so you can work on doing your daily visualization as well, to remind yourself. And when you're doing that daily visualization, what that is it's just 15 minutes where you're just going and you're closing your eyes and you're visualizing yourself with the success that you've had, achieving what you're trying to achieve. The key for this is the emotional connection. How are you going to feel after you achieve this, and bringing that in. Again, same thing with anchoring. How are you going to feel after you achieve this? Because we do things because we want to feel a certain way. If we're trying to be successful, we're doing it because we want to feel that level of success. We want to feel proud of ourselves. We want to, the feelings are super powerful, and connecting those to your work when you're working on goal planning, action planning, all of that stuff is going to be very helpful when you connect the emotional piece. So that's the other piece, is the visualization. So those are the things that I usually, when I'm working with clients, I recommend and I teach them those tools. But let me go over the 5 whys, because that I can teach on this channel or on this video pretty quickly. And then the anchoring and the visualization I can do in another video. Just let me know in the comment section below. All right, so the 5 whys. In the 5 whys, what you're doing is you're basically sitting down. If you're doing, and I'm going to assume that you're doing this on your own with yourself, one-on-one. And you're going to ask the question, why do I want to do this? Why do I want to do all this work? And remember, the last 2 days, the pitfalls, the pit stops, the roadmap, how long it's going to take you to get there, and your end destination. See, all of this kind of correlates back and forth, right? So you already know all of this. So the first question you're going to ask yourself is, why do I want to go through all this to get this? Why? Right? The very first answer you get is going to be a very surface motivation. It's going to be a surface motivation 90% of the time. And that's not an actual scientific number. I'm just saying from my experience, it's always something deeper, almost always something deeper. Sometimes it's not. But it's very rare that it's not. It's very rare that it's the very first answer you get. Most of the time, it's always something deeper. So you want to, in your journey journal, we've got our journey journal going, right? So you're gonna label the page as the 5 whys. Just label your page as the 5 whys, or root cause analysis, either one, whatever you want to do. This is going to be a journaling activity. So you're gonna ask the first question, why do I want to do all of this to achieve this? Why do I want this? And you're gonna write down your answer. That's 1 why. I think you probably see where I'm going with this. Now look at your answer that you gave. So for example, why do I want to, I'll just go with, why do I want to write my next book? Okay, my first answer is because my fans are emailing me asking me to finish the book. So that's pretty, honest answer. And so I would write that down. Fan demand, right? So I would write that down. Okay. So then, and again, that's number 1. I would always label it number 1. So you've got number 1. All right. So then I would ask, okay, so what is the motivation behind wanting to achieve this? Because what is the deeper motivation that you want to achieve? Your fans are demanding this, but they've been asking you to finish the next book for 3 years. I've been on a 3-year hiatus, right? So I've been getting emails for 3 years. So why now? You see how I paraphrased it? Took the answer that I gave, wrapped it up into another why question through paraphrasing, and then now I've answered my second, why now, right? Why now? Because you And my answer would be, well, I took 3 years off to raise my daughter, and she's now 3. She can do her preschool work, and I can work on my books, and I have more time. Ooh, you have more time. So why do you want to spend your time on writing books? Okay, so number 2 is more time, right? Why do you want to spend your time on writing books? My answer is, it's very rewarding. I love doing it. The characters are, they're strong in my mind. I want to continue their stories. It's important to me. Ooh, it's important to you. All right, so there you got number 3. Important to me. It's important to me. Why is it important to me? I'm on number 3, my third why. Well, it's important to me because I need to complete their story. I need to tell more. I need to finish their story, or it's important to me because it's my relaxation. So it's your way to relax. So now you see how I repeated myself when I first answered that question. And then I went back to say, well, it's my way of relaxing. It's my way of unwinding. It's my way of, it's my way of, de-stressing, right? So now I've got relaxing. So now I'm on number 4. I'm on my 4th why. I've got my 4th why. So you see how it keeps changing? Sometimes I'm repeating myself. Sometimes it changes, or every time it's changing, because I'm allowing myself to work through the process. The key is when you're working with somebody, you're doing this, you don't say anything until the answer changes a little bit, or until they finally just say the same answer over and over and over again. But if you're working with yourself, the key is to stop when they start saying the answer over and over and over again. So it's relaxing. What part of writing a book is relaxing? Well, and why do you feel that this is your way to de-stress or relax? Because it's something that I've learned since I was a kid. I'm motivated. I love doing it. And it's important to me. Okay, so we're back to important, right? So I love doing it. It's important to me. So, and of course, I'm just bringing these up right now. That I've already done my own root cause analysis. I know why I need to keep writing, but this is to give you an idea. So I went back to it's important to me. Okay, so it's important to me. It's important to me. This is seeming to be a trend, and I'm at my number 5. So important to me. So if I was doing this, I would have a good general idea of a why, what my why is. I'd probably ask another question, because while I repeated, and when you repeat the same answer over and over and over again, that's usually the answer. It's important to me. Well, why is it important to me? Why is this important to me? And keep digging and digging and digging until you get to a satisfying motivation. And that's how you do root cause analysis. Like I said, if you're doing it with somebody, it's a lot of asking the question and waiting, letting them just speak. And if you're doing it yourself, it's asking the question and then writing it until you're pretty satisfied with your answer, and then asking again, and then asking again, and then asking again, paraphrasing again, rephrasing, until you start getting the same answers. And that is root cause analysis. So they call it 5 whys because a lot of times the 5 whys, it usually takes at least 5 why questions to get to a deeper meaning or deeper root cause or what's going on. But sometimes it could be sooner. Sometimes it takes more. It really is the dependent on the piece is that, at least try to get to 5 whys when you're doing your journaling or you're working with somebody. But also make sure that as you're working through the process that you're recognizing if you're repeating things, you're probably getting close, if not right on, and allowing yourself to keep answering until you have finished answering the question. And that is just really how you do your 5 whys. Then you're going to get a more deeper motivation. And then that deeper motivation is going to be what you instill upon with your anchoring and your visualization. And remember now, it's important to me. I came up with 2 answers that's important to me. I said I probably need to go a couple more questions. But what is that emotional? What am I going to feel when I achieve this? And that feeling needs to be tied into that answer. So you've got both. What am I going to feel when I achieve this? Accomplished. I'm going to feel like I left a legacy for my daughter. I'm going to feel like, it's just that kind of thing, right? And how is that going to make me feel? I'm going to be proud. I feel good that I have shown my daughter how to do something and complete it. Those kind of things all come into play when you're doing the root cause analysis and you're digging deeper. Okay, I hope that helped. So that is your mission today, should you choose to accept, is to do some root cause analysis, or at least the 5 whys, and dig deeper and find out what's the motivation behind why are you doing all of this stuff that you're doing to achieve these goals that you made Monday and Tuesday. Now, if you missed day 1 and day 2, definitely go back and check out day 1 and day 2. It's going to be very helpful for you, and going to, and then you'll be able to use that to move forward with day 3 today. And then we've got 2 more days on our 5-day challenge. I do hope that you're finding this very helpful and you're finding some great tips and tricks in here. Like I said, if you want to learn more about anchoring or visualization and you want to learn on this channel, let me know in the video description below, or I'm sorry, in the comment section below. And if you'd like to know now before I get videos up, you can Google search it. I will put some examples down below so that you can find more, or it can get you started on your research. If you want to dig in deeper into those other areas, those are just things that, they're out there. There's a lot of information out there. And so I'll link up down below. And then if you want to see how I do it, let me know in the comment section below, and I will create the videos and the video content. It won't be this week, but it will be at least in May. I forgot it's April this month. So at least by May, I'll have it up if you guys are interested in seeing that. Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe and click the bell to get notified when new videos become available. Remember, you'll want to do this every month. So these steps that we're talking about, just to reaffirm what you're working on, you want to do every month. So every 30 days. So be sure to bookmark this or subscribe to this channel, as well as subscribing to this playlist so that you can find it in the future to go ahead and come back and watch again. Click the bell to get notified when new videos become available. If you've already subscribed to this channel, thank you so much for being part of our family. Thank you so much for your love and support, all the comments, all the likes, all of the shares, all video shares. Thank you for commenting over in the community tab and just engaging with me on this channel. I really do appreciate it. I try to get back to as many comments as possible, but I do get a lot of comments, so sometimes it can take a little while. So definitely, we've got those 2 ways to communicate, as well as you can always email me at my email, which is in the video description box as well. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Oh, be sure you check out April's giveaway. It's linked up below in the video description, and I will get everything uploaded and ready for you. And let me know how this process is going for you. What are your biggest takeaways so far in this challenge? What are the biggest lessons learned so far in this challenge? And are you finding this challenge helpful? Always remember to walk within light and love and do good unto others. If you like paranormal mystery, paranormal romance, I will link up my books below, and you can check them out on Amazon. Most of them are on Kindle Unlimited, so you can go ahead and grab them for free. And then please always, through Kindle Unlimited, if you don't have Kindle Unlimited, I will link up a referral link down below that you can go ahead and sign up. And always, please let me know what you think about them by reviewing it on Amazon. I really do appreciate and love my reviews. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm New York Times bestselling author Jamie Brumfield, and you have a fantastic day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.